I want you to cry into your Hello Kitty pillow. I want you to put your headphones on. I want you to listen to some Taylor Swift. And I want you to shake it off, you bland bitch.
What up, y'all? It's KMB, the Sexy Ninja, in the place to be for a Paper Saber universe, and this is the New World Podcast, brother. We are talking about NXT, April 28th, 2026. Vic and Booker on commentary. We are almost at the end of the month of April, and soon to be May. Hollywood blockbuster season's upon us too, as well. I'm hoping to be a little more active in reviews for that, but pro wrestling keeps going, baby. There's no seasons. It's all year round. And we're going to talk about NXT with Vic and Booker. I already said that. We started off with Stone, Sean, and Matt. You know, a lot of people got called up to the main roster for SmackDown and Raw. Soul, Ethan Page, Ricky Saints is going up to the main roster. A lot of people made their impact. Oba, now we need some change in NXT. And I felt like this show delivered on that. A lot of stuff happened to where I'm just like, all right, I'm enjoying this new path that we're upon for NXT. And Sean tells Stone, like, hey, you can draw your little boards, you can make your little cards, you can do this, you can do that. Why don't you just throw a stick of dynamite in the locker room and see who runs out? And I was like, I like that. Okay, let's go, Sean. Let's go. And we start to show off with Miles versus Saquon Sugars for the North American Championship. And this was a really fun match. Saquon made me a fan after seeing this. I'm not a big Dark State guy. I still call him Shield Timu. But I really enjoyed this match, and I enjoyed the storytelling with Dion, basically causing Sugars to lose this match to Miles and causing more friction and friction inside Dark State. So we should see what happens. But after Miles gets the win, here's some new blood. Tristan Angels comes out. Says his piece. And then before anything, Miles was like, okay, whatever. New people coming at me. And Cam Hendricks from LFG. I do want to watch the new season. Season 3 just dropped. The only reason I want to is because Kevin Owens is one of the coaches. And that's got me interested in that. But Cam Hendricks, he makes his debut. I believe his fiance is Maxine. I think so. Don't quote me on that, but that's what I believe. Cam Hendricks is here and taking out Miles. And there's Tristan, who's gunning for the North American Championship. Then we get Gray and Ren backstage. Ren has a big match tonight against Kalani Jordan. Then we get Tony D'Angelo. He has some stuff to say. He comes out. He's just like, hey, NXT is changing. It's great. Let's do this. I'm your champ, though. And as he's saying this, the lights go out. Because he got a box last week. He says it was a threat. It was a warning. And that's what I took it as. And here comes Evil. And I'll tell y'all this. As much confidence as I said that, I don't know shit about Evil. I know he's from New Japan. I know that he's a big deal. Especially to the hardcore wrestling fans. I was watching the fans. There was one dude geeking out hard. He grabbed his head. He's like, oh my God. I was like, hell yeah, brother. But Evil is here. And I will do some homework here. But Evil comes out, gives something to Tony. And he walks out. And I was like, man, this guy's aura is crazy, dude. And as Tony's there, he gets attacked by Tavion Heights. Sporting a new look. And I was like, okay, and then just out of nowhere, like, who the fuck is this guy? Will Cruz. Yeah. Do you know who that is? I don't. But I was just like, oh shit, okay. Out of the gate with these two things starting the show. We got Tristan Angels, and then we have Cam Hendricks, then we have Evil, then we have Tavion with the new look, and then we have Will Cruz. And man, that boy can fly. He went, wee! He took out Tony D'Angelo, stating we are in a new realm of upcoming stars and stuff. And we go right to Tatum and Shiloh. Yeah, this really fun video with them in the cemetery. Tatum can move on from Blake because Blake moved up as well to the main roster. And Tatum, Paxley, and Shiloh share this moment. And Tatum's like, I didn't want to do it, but she made me. And Shiloh's like, yeah, it's okay, though. It's okay. We go right into Birthright versus EK Prosper and Sean Legacy, but the Birthright cut a promo before because they took out EK Prosper's tag team partner, and, you know, EK comes out, gets beat down, then here comes Sean Legacy, and I will tell you this. I keep forgetting about Sean Legacy, but after tonight, I will not forget about Sean Legacy. This guy is impressive. Woo, man, I am going to go watch some Evolve just to watch his matches. Will I review it? Maybe, maybe not, but I just want to see this guy go in the ring. Like, Sean Legacy is a beast. So he teams up with EK Prosper against Birthright. It was a back-and-forth battle, but EK Prosper and Sean Legacy get the win. But, of course, Birthright, out the numbers game, they beat down Sean and Prosper. But then Tate Wilder? Tate Wilder? I don't know. Another person comes out. And obviously the crowd knows him. You know, I was thinking about this NXT crowd, how they pop and for their people and whatnot. And I was just like, man, you got to think that these guys are there like probably every single week. So they're seeing the future of WWE being built. You know, so they know who is who. And that's what I really enjoy. I usually just watch the crowd and I'm like, okay, this guy. You know, because that pop for Sean was crazy. This guy, Tate, he came out and everyone's like, wow! And I was like, oh, okay. Need to watch out for these guys. Then we go backstage with Jada, is with Thea, then Callie Armstrong. Another new face. You know, she's already been here, and she's getting in Jada's face. So I was like, oh, you're starting something with Jada? Miss Parker? Let's go. And I believe they have a match next week. Shawn Michaels has announced, which I brought up before, they are going to have CW be the exclusive home for the PLEs. But I also saw on the ESPN app, or ESPN in general, they announced they will be the official home for CW Live Sports. So what does that mean? Does that mean NXT will be on ESPN? Which I'm just like, oh, thank God. You know, what that's fine with me. The PLEs will be there because I have the ESPN app. I usually play it at work just so I have something on in the background. I usually play some pro wrestling. But there's only a handful of things still on the ESPN app. I know down the road they'll be filled with stuff, but if NXT pay-per-views get on there, hell yeah, brother. Let's go. Stone and Tate are backstage. You know, Tate's making a name. Stone's like, let's go. Then we get Lola, who comes out. You know, she calls out the calling. Sean sends a message, and Izzy is right behind her. You know, but Lola didn't come alone. Because Mr. Iguana's here. Oh, yeah, Mr. Iguana from AAA. He's backing up Lola. And they chase Izzy and them out. So, yeah. I like that. I like that a lot. I need to watch those AAA shows. You know, I always tell myself that. Like, I believe they're on Saturdays. I always tell myself, like, you know, I need to watch these AAA shows. Because, you know, they're now WWE. You know, all TKO, whatever. But I never do. You know, and I got a lot of people on AAA that I really love. So, Dark State, you know, combustion inside. Sugars is getting mad at Dion, and everyone else is kind of tired of it. They're like, hey, we need to stick together because we're Dark State. Yeah. Now a debut, Lizzie Rain, the Maiden of Metal herself. I will tell you this too. Not really knowledgeable of the outside, you know, where she comes from and this and that, but I am a fan. Holy hell. She takes on Nikita Lyons, and I will say this. Nikita, what are we doing, Nikita? she cuts a little promo before, but she's taking on Lizzie Rain. And this is one hell of a debut to where I felt that this was awesome. That this was really, really fun. And, Lizzie takes on Nikita, and her finish, Thunderstruck, I sent to my boy Eddie. I was like, look at this. This is insane. Holy shit. Like, oh my God. Like, that, she comes up and does that kick, pa-pam, and then you're like, it's Thunderstruck. And Lizzie gets the win. Oh, I'm all for it. I am all for it, man. Then Miles is backstage with Tavion. Miles says, what was that, man? And he says, like, hey, I got to make a name for myself. What? I can't shine like you? Ever since you become champ, now I can't shine? Tavion's like, you better watch out. And here comes Keanu. I'm not a big fan of him. But he tells Miles, like, hey, there's a bunch of sharks in the water. But I'm the great white. And I was like, okay. All right, Keanu, I see you. I see you. Then we go to the Vanity Project. Jackson Drake is talking, running his gums, and he's saying no one can touch us and this and that. Jasper hears it, though. Clinks those chains. Clink, clink. And he says, oh, yeah? Well, me and you next week. And I was like, oh, all right. All right. Kalani Jordan versus Ren Sinclair with Kendall Gray on the outside. And my God, this is my match of the night. Woo! These two ladies, they beat the shit out of each other. And poor Ren hurt her knee. But this was an awesome match. I'm glad I got to sit down and watch it. And what sucks is, like, this is why the podcast is like a day late on this show. Dynamite will drop soon. But the reason why this was a day late is because I got called into work early. And I was like, right after I got right done with Lizzie versus Nikita, I was going right into it. I was like, all right, cool. Kalani and Ren, let's go, baby. Then I got called. I was like, hey, can you come into work? I was like, oh, bitch. So, but I got to sit down this morning and watch this awesome match, and Kalani Jordan gets the win because Ren hurt her knee. Then we get this really sweet Zarya package, man. Like, freaking Soul's face is, falling off and all this and that. And I was just like, okay. Zarya is here. No more holdbacks, no more nothing. Zarya is here. Ricky Saints now takes on Shiloh. And I gotta say, this Shiloh guy, my wife called it. She's like, this dude's entertaining. This dude's fun. This dude is something. He's gonna be something. And I'm just like, and I text her. I was like, hey, they're doing a lot of good stuff with this Shiloh guy with a tooth missing. And yeah, but Ricky and Shiloh put on a hell of a match here. But Shiloh gets the win over Ricky. And I believe this is Ricky's last match in NXT. And he's now going to move up to the main roster. And I need to go get his figure. The Ricky Saints figure dropped and the Ethan Page figure dropped. First in the line, there's a Sol Ruka figure that I really want. I just picked up the new Cody and John Cena from last year's WrestleMania. I got that on the wall now. I got another Cody. I think just in this room alone where I'm sitting, there's 23 Codys in here. And that's not... There's more Codys in the storage. There's Codys everywhere. But then the last bit of the show was Tony D'Angelo going to Shawn Michaels. And he's like, let's fucking go. With all the chaos that happened tonight, all the things that Sir Chef Shawn Michaels has cooked up, he says, let's fucking go. A lot of new faces. A lot of time, and this is the new era of NXT. And I would say I really enjoy the show. This is going to get a 5 out of 5. April 28th, 2026, Vic Booker on commentary. Match of the night, Kalani Jordan versus Ren Sinclair. Moment of the night, Lizzie Rain's debut. Will Cruz, Evil, Tristan Angels, Cam Hendricks. This had it all, man. Wilder. I hope it's Wilder. Wilder. I don't know. And then, you got so much going on. And you got that beautiful package with Zarya. You got Tony saying, let's fucking go to end the show. And, all the stuff going on. And some great matches here tonight. So, but this was a good show. This was a damn good show. But that's it. That's all. Like and subscribe. Share with your grandma, share with your grandpa, share with the bum down at Walmart. Tell me what you thought of the show. Drop those comments below. And remember that the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
Lizzie Rain right now. Looking for Thunderstruck.
Good God!